Welcome back, everyone. Today we have Indian food. I got a chicken biryani and I asked them to make it 911 spicy from that same restaurant. We also have 2 veggie curries here. One's just the dal and then the other one's, I can't remember, but I think there's paneer in it. This is the garlic naan. Let's eat it now so the naan doesn't get cold. Oh, there's peas in here, and I think maybe spinach. It's similar to the chicken one from last week. It's like lentils. The moment I sat down to record, my neighbor upstairs started walking around and doing things. I'm recording a little later than normal. It's 1:50. Well, I can feel the paneer at the bottom. Oh. Alright, let's dig into this rice. It doesn't smell super spicy. It doesn't seem spicy today. I have some yogurt right here. It's good though. Come here. He was just sitting on the ground staring at me. So I have some questions for my Q&A, and we're going to answer those questions now. A lot of it was relating to, I guess, where I grew up and if I've lived here my whole life, and if I had somewhere else to live, where would I want to live, and a dream job. The first question was favorite weird food combos. So I've been thinking about these during the week once I read the questions. I don't think I have a lot of weird food combos, but there's, I guess, things that I enjoy that maybe most people wouldn't, like taking a bite out of an onion. I enjoy doing that when I eat pizza or certain types of food. I think I have any weird food combinations. I can't think of any. I like to eat different kinds of food, like different from my culture or what I grew up with. The next question was, where would I choose to live if not America? Because I'm located in America. I actually never thought about living somewhere else. I've thought about living in a different state, but I haven't ever really thought about living in a different country. I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking because the main one is language. I'm not good at learning other languages, and I guess that made me feel like, you know, that it would just be difficult for me to live in a different country because I don't have that, I guess, passion to learn another language. Like, I'll see people like move to, I don't know, like this woman that fell in love with this guy in Ethiopia, moved her life and everything to Ethiopia when she was originally from New Jersey in America. And I'm like, I see people do those kinds of things, and I don't, I guess, have that passion inside me the way other people might have that desire. Both my brothers lived in Korea for over a year, and my brother is currently in the Middle East right now. Yeah, I don't have that in me. I guess maybe I'm scared of the unknowing, of extremely new things. So I guess knowing all those things about myself, maybe I would choose. I think I would choose maybe Canada, because they speak English there fluently and they have a variety of food. Because I do enjoy having variety of food as well. The next question was my culture and my relationship with it, and has it always been that way? My parents are from Korea, and they both speak English. My mom's English is a lot better than my dad's, but I guess because we only spoke English growing up, my dad would talk to us in Korean sometimes, but for the most part we all spoke English. I guess I don't really have a strong relationship with my culture compared to other people. Like, I have friends that will talk in Korean, and I literally only started talking some Korean because my dog Willie is from Korea and he would listen to me when I would speak in Korean because he understands what I'm saying, right? So I guess I don't have much of a relationship with my culture. And yeah, it's always been that way. I never really, I guess, had an interest for it. Yeah. Growing up having both cultures, I guess being in America with Korean parents, I guess it's what I grew up with, so it was like felt normal to me. But I guess because my parents did speak English, there wasn't a huge, like, I knew that my family was so different from everyone else. Also, where I grew up, there was a huge Asian population, so like when you would go to school and stuff, the Asians were hanging out with the Asians, and the Caucasians with the Caucasians, and the blacks with the blacks, and the Mexicans with the Mexicans, the Indians with the Indians. It was just like that. Oh, the Filipinos with the Filipinos. That's just how it was. Also, from preschool to middle school, I went to a Christian private school. Private schools are a lot smaller populated compared to public schools. Me and like some other person would be the only Asians in that class or in that grade. And like, I guess being in that environment, it was very normal. I think if my parents didn't speak English, then maybe I would have noticed more of a like battling both cultures, but I think because they spoke English, and I don't recall getting any like racial discrimination towards me, like not aggressively at least, where it like made me sad or anything. So I think because of that, I didn't experience a lot of like, oh, this is my Korean culture and this is the American culture. I think the only time I felt like, wow, I'm like very Asian, or like I'm so Asian, at work. I've worked in 3 different departments or 4 different departments at the grocery store, and most departments always had like, you know, different cultures in it, especially the kitchen, which is where I first worked, was the kitchen. You know, there was white people, black people, Mexican people, Indian people, Filipinos, and Asians. But in the specialty department, which was focused on beer and wine, there was only white people. I think there was one other Asian guy, but because the department was small, you don't work with everyone all the time. When we'd have like huddles and like gather together and talk about things we had to talk about, I would look around and everyone had like blue eyes and like blonde or brown hair. I was like, wow, I feel so Asian right now. So in those moments, I would realize, I guess, just strongly that I'm so Asian. If that sounds weird, I feel like that sounds weird. My boyfriend's half white, and like his features are super like white. He doesn't have like, you know, like small eyes like me. When I would go see my family after not seeing them for a long time, I'd be like, wow, I'm so Asian. Like being around a group of people that have really small eyes, I guess. I think that just means I'm very ignorant, I feel like, towards my culture, towards even like me embracing my culture. Honestly, I think the reason why I'm this way is I just have a negative view maybe on my culture, just because they're very vain. Like the few times I went to Korea, I just always saw how much like plastic surgery they promote, and how much like how you appear to other people matters so much, and things like that. There's just a lot about, I guess, the Korean culture that I don't agree with, that I don't like at all. Like caring so much about your appearance and caring so much about how other people view you is kind of like not really my thing. And so I've always been a person to just embrace who I was as a person versus my culture, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah, the few times I went to Korea, I always just wanted to come home. The food there is really good though. Like every culture, you know, has their pros and cons, but I guess Korea is very, like, obviously cares a lot about how you look and like plastic surgery and how you're presented to other people, and it's like very obvious that that's the things that they care about. So and it doesn't mean I don't like being a Korean person. I guess I just don't mind being a Korean person. Like there's a lot of Asian hate going on right now, and to be honest, I feel very ignorant towards it. Like I think because I'm at home literally 99.9% of the time, you know, I don't really experience it. And inside my apartment complex, it's majority Indian people and like a few black and a few white people and a few Mexican people. So yeah, I think I'm very, come on. I mean, I haven't experienced anything like that, and neither has anyone in my family. I enjoy. So last question, dream job growing up. Growing up, I always wanted to do something related to art. It was the only thing I had passion for. What I'm doing right now kind of feels like art to me, you know, the art of food and, you know, the way you edit a video and like all that stuff are different ways I can express myself with food, like making, you know, a vibe for you guys with like, you know, flower or a tea light candle or these tea light candles or this weird dog framed picture, you know, different ways to, I guess, include a vibe into my videos is, I guess, a way of expressing myself as well. So yeah, I always thought I was going to do something relating with art. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's feed Willie a little more. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching. Thank you for joining me in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the questions and the food, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.